All right, folks. Not sure what part of the series this is. Maybe 8, 9. We're on to painting. I'm not going to do a whole lot of info on the painting, honestly, because there's a lot of different products out there. We ended up going with the Ramic A2, and it is going on real nice. I think the only pro tip that I would have is like really squeeze it on, because if it's easy to get runs, and yeah, sorry, I'm tripping myself here. Yeah, it goes a long way. So we thought we're gonna need 10 gallons. That's 2 5-gallon buckets down there, because it said 5 gallons per coat on the calculator, but we may only need 5 gallons to do the whole thing twice. In fact, I think it might be less than 5 gallons. So yeah, what do we do? We cleaned it out, acid washed, let it dry, and putting the paint on. So yeah, we'll get another picture. We're doing it. They say don't do it in direct sunlight, so doing it in the evening here in the dark, and then we can recoat it again in 16 hours. So I can do it tomorrow afternoon again. Probably once the sun, isn't directly on the pool, we'll go do the next coat. And yeah, I think it's gonna look. It's going to look pretty nice. We'll see. Try to get some video or pictures of it when both coats are totally done and in the daytime, so you can see how it turns out. I find it shows some of the marks, like where the patches and stuff were, but it's not bad. I think the epoxy would have built up more, but we ended up getting a good deal on this stuff. Said, let's give it a try. So, yeah. Okay, more to come. Time check?
12:38.
Okay. That's a sweat thread right there.
Oh, really?
Those circles look like that is. That probably won't adhere tomorrow, we'll find out.
Oh no, you're sweating.
Oh, I hit the tile.
Did you?
I hit the tile.
I hear it.
It's the morning after the final coat. Last night, the coat number 2 went on, let's say, a fair bit quicker. I noticed that it sort of, I don't know, it just wanted to stick more. I took a little more paint last night, I would say. We are down to about half of each of those buckets, so I would say we used about 5 gallons to put 2 coats on the pool, which is 5 gallons less than the estimator told us it was going to be, like the website, the Ramic website. But from what I hear, like, these pools can take different amounts of paint, just depending on how dry or whatever they are. Anyway, we will. I'll try to write down any pro painting tips we had. Generally, the main thing was like put it on as thin as possible. On the first coat, I found like it was trying to run a lot, and it was also like the color was breaking out. So like you would see like the darker color. Oh, I'm getting paged by the kids. I gotta drive them to school. We'll continue this later. Okay, we are in the pool. Pretty happy. Doing a little inspection. And
much holes.
Feels really good here. There are some little air pockets though. You know, little bumps kind of like that. So we're kind of thinking like maybe I go with a bit of a extra coat on not the whole pool, because everything else is like fine. Like these are, it's so nice and smooth. But the main thing we were trying to do was avoid algae growing. You know, and I worry that in these little cracks, like the pool robot will have a hard time getting, not cracks, but little pockets. The pool robot will have a hard time getting into some of those to clean it out. So algae might want to grow. So I'm contemplating, just as of now, maybe hitting a few of those spots tonight with just one more quick roll. But there's not a lot of spots. It's on the patches mostly. Some air bubbles that got cut in the patches. Maybe that was from over troweling a bit. A few there too. They're real small, but yeah, I might do that. You see on the edge of the cracks, edge of the patches, you see sometimes the edge a little bit here in the form of a crack, but the paint may fill that up a tiny bit more. But from talking to my consultant, who I'm very pleased with having engaged Swimming Pool Steve, it's probably not going to like delete the crack. You know, like an extra patch here. Like you can still kind of see some of these little edges that were more evident, like crack there. I don't know if you can see it on there. Yeah, kind of in that light, you can see it a little bit. But definitely the second coat of paint made those far less evident. So yeah, I might do one more, not full coat, but just kind of like just a few rollerfuls to touch up some of those spots. Got me. All right, folks. A little muffled here. I got my respirator going. I got a fan going. We're trying to keep the fumes down on these bad boys. But what I'm out here doing right now is just there are a few spots in my patches that a little bit of like air pockets in them, and I thought maybe if I come on and dab the third coat just on those pockets, it might help fill them up. It seems to be helping a bit, but like you still see some of them. But it did remind me of something I wanted to share with you guys, is that you want to be careful not to put this paint on too thick. You'll notice that the color really seems to separate. Now, disclaimer, this is old paint, so like got glue on it, mixed it up, seemed pretty good. But I will show you, like, I think it's important to, I'm really curious to know if the new paint does this or not. For instance here, like, you can see that it separates. If I get the drill going, it's unplugged. Hold on. Just a second now. We got a little playoff baseball to keep us entertained here too while we're out working on the pool. Night off for the Jays, but we got Dodger Phillies, so we'll just show you this. It mixes up really good. You can see there's that darker blue that is kind of in the swirls there. And it's good, and then you see a little bit of that dark blue back. So I guess that's the dye or the tint or whatever it is to make it blue. So I'm really curious as to whether the new paint sees that or not. But that is one reason I found that if I didn't put it on very thin, I got my headlamp on, so it's kind of messed up the thing. If I didn't put the paint on very thin, I was seeing, like, say as I started on the walls, I was seeing like that kind of paint separation that I see there, and more so there right now, on the walls. So you want to be careful with that, to put it on real thin. Now at some of these other patches here, now I want to go back in the pool, where I've been just going around trying to fill some of these little air bubbles. Like over here, it's starting to dry. You can kind of see, I don't know if you can see there or not, but it's separating a little bit, the color. Not much. I don't know if it's going to look funny once it dries all the way. A little bit there too. So we're going to see how that looks in the morning. I didn't do too much of that. There's a few spots that had some air pockets that I thought would be good to fill up a little bit with some paint, because I realized that algae is going to want to form in any kind of like depression, and if the spool robot, when it goes to clean, it can't get into those holes, right? So I'm trying to make those pieces as flat as I could. Maybe I could have grinded them down a little bit more, but anyway, that's what I'm doing there. But I just wanted to point out that it's important to mix that paint really well. And curious if anybody's using the A2 and it's like brand new, if it's doing this kind of thing. We'll keep you posted.